Let's see if I could do 155 for 2025 Rose Bowl Half Marathon with the help of the Apple Watch Ultra 2. And you all have the same thing in common, getting to that finish line. So to reach that goal, I need to have an overall pace of 8:46. And my PR on this course is about 152, but I did a 158 at Malibu Moves a few months ago. So I figured let me meet in the middle, something not too ambitious, but also a little scary. So first, we got to get to the corral, and I need to try to work myself towards the front because I don't want to have a crowd blocking me from getting the pace I need at the first 3 miles. All right, let's see if we can make it through.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm gonna try to keep it at like a 9-minute pace the first 3 miles because it's uphill, and then after that try to make it up. So currently my watch says 8:40, so I gotta slow it down a little bit. And they say the Apple Watch has 3 satellites, so it's claimed to be the most accurate GPS signal of all the watches. So hopefully that helps me. And mile 1, unofficial time 8:51. Mile 2, unofficial time 9:09. Mile 3, unofficial time 8:43. Mile 4, 8:42. The miles are pretty exact according to the mile markers on my watch. Maybe just a few yards off. I'll take that though. Mile 5, unofficial time 8:34. Mile 6, unofficial time 8:23. Got some time in the bank. Mile 7, unofficial time 8:36. Battling this hill. We're still on pace. Damn these hills. Mile 8, 8:52. That last hill was horrible. Mile 9, 8:57. I think I put a few in the bank earlier. Gotta catch up. So as of now, my Ultra 2 is telling me that I'm on pace to finish with my goal with an average of 8:45 so far. So if I stay like this, I should be okay. Mile 10, 8:57, 5K to go. Still on pace. Here's the Rose Bowl. Just have to go around that. Mile 11, 9:09. I gotta push it to the end. Mile 12, 9:29. It's gonna be really close. I gotta make up for some time for sure. But luckily it's all downhill from here. I got 3 minutes to do about a half a mile. Man. All right, it's about a week later. I'm all healed up from the half marathon. Unfortunately, I did not hit my goal of 1:55. I came close though. 1:56.26 was my official finishing time, and I'll take it. Why? Because I pushed hard the entire time, had fun, and I did better than I did a few weeks ago at another half marathon, or a few months ago at a prior half marathon. So I'm in the right direction, so I'll take it. And I know that I'll hit that 1:55 and more and faster eventually. So what did I do wrong in this one to not hit the goal? First off, as you see, I kind of started off a little fast. Shouldn't have done that. I kind of rushed myself at the end. I didn't get to the front of the corral like I wanted to because I wasn't as prepared as I like to be in the morning. But anyways, and lastly, I did not fuel during the half marathon. I had a few gels in my pocket. Should have known better. Should have at least have taken one at like mile 6 or 7. But I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just having so much fun. So I learned. Get myself in the front of the corral. Don't start off too fast, and fuel. So I'm gonna work on those things for another race, and I'll get that 1:55 or better eventually, I'm sure. But the question of this video is, how did the Apple Watch Ultra 2 perform during the half marathon? So Apple was very kind to send me this watch to try out. Thank you, Apple. So all the opinions are of my own, but I greatly appreciate that they sent me this watch to try it out. And I love it. Oh my gosh, it's got so many bells and whistles. I've had it now for a few weeks and I'm still learning the whole thing. Still learning how to use it. So I'm sure many of the things I was doing during the half marathon was user error because I said I'm still learning how to use it. But I have a few things that maybe to share with you that I've been thinking about over this past week of things that I found in it that maybe are fantastic and maybe things that need to be improved on, or again, might all be user error. But you know what? It might help you in your decision to get this watch. So the first thing is, I mentioned how it has a few different satellites tracking its GPS signal. And now it's one of the big selling points of this is it's one of the most accurate watches on the market. And I would agree with that. I mean, the miles hit pretty close to the mile markers on the race. I'm only a few yards off, but that's probably because I was doing some zigzagging, and but not bad. My final mileage was 13.18 and a half marathon is 13.11. So not bad at all. I'll take it. So another part of the things that I noticed was it would do a little bit of bouncing around in the paces. Like I'd be doing like an 8:40 it would show, because I had set for current pace and overall pace. And it would just bounce around. Like it would say 8:30 at 1 second, and then the next minute it would say like 9:30 at 10. I mean, I don't think I was shifting my speed that fast to they make that significant of a pace difference. But you know, it could be the area I was in. Maybe the GPSs were bouncing off one another, or maybe they're just switching satellites. Who knows what the issue was? But that was like maybe one of the biggest critiques I have is the paces were kind of bouncing around a lot. But it wasn't awful. But I just noticed it from time to time. So again, maybe it was the area I was in. Next is I was trying to, at one point, switch my playlist, my music playlist. And so I said, hey Siri, play hard workout playlist. And it would not do it. It would just say like,
sorry, there was a problem with Apple Music. You'll need to log into your music account again to start playing.
oh jeez. So I was trying to switch the playlist using Siri on the watch, and it has a few microphones on it, so it's supposed to pick up everything you say very clearly, but Siri was not taking what I was saying and switching my playlist. It kept playing the same playlist over and over. That was awfully frustrating. So I said, okay, let me just do it manually. So I went onto the watch, and I'm going to show you here for a second. I'm going to start a workout, and I'll make sure I delete this from Strava when I'm done. But as it's going, I'm trying to like switch it and like change the playlist. You know, you can see how easily it does it like this. It would not do it because my freaking fingers and the watch were so sweaty. But I don't think that's an Apple Watch problem. I had one of these aftermarket covers on top of it, and I realized like a week later, when I tried it at another a run club meetup, I took this off and tried it, and it switched easily. But so here's a tip. Don't get an aftermarket cover, or if you are, make sure you maybe get a better one that I get. I'm not even sure if this needs it because it's made for durability and for hard runs and all that. So I'm not even sure I need this, but I just wanted to be safe because this is an expensive piece of equipment. I didn't want to break it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be trashing this. And the last thing is the battery life. The past Apple Watches that I've had, or past Apple Watch I had, the battery life would not last long enough, even for a marathon. And so that really kept me from ever wanting to get Apple Watch again. At the end of this half marathon, it said I had about 70%. And so that's a half marathon. So it should last a whole marathon. Now, would it last for an ultra marathon? That's my question. If it only does 30, if it takes 30% for a half marathon, and I had it at 100% that morning. And when I got home, it was like 67% or something later that afternoon. So would it last for an ultra? That's the test I want to do in the future. But that's what this watch is actually supposed to be made for. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is supposed to be made for long distance runs and for endurance. I mean, it's fantastic. I've been using it since this past week and doing like checking my sleep and getting used to the apps on here. But overall, it's a fantastic watch. I highly recommend you get it. And maybe you won't have any user errors like I had. But overall, I think it's fantastic. Thanks again to Apple for sending me this watch. I'm excited to try it out in the future. I want to try it out for an ultra. I want to try it out for another race. I actually want to do a whole training plan just using the watch to get a full scope of what it can do. But yeah, that's my first impressions of using the Apple Watch Ultra 2 during a half marathon. Let me know in the comments below if you tried it out or if you're thinking about trying it out and what you think about it. With that said, I'm Anthony, reminding you to keep running for your best life.